We're back with franchise mode, returning to Dog's Rescue Center. There's no, like, theme or anything. We were just throwing in whatever animals I felt like adding to a franchise mode build. And, I should have thought more about, like, the warthogs, because we've already had warthogs, but, hey, they're here nonetheless. So, yeah, we got wildebeests and warthogs. We have the striped hyena. I did add a few touches here. Just redid the back wall to make it real rock and fake rock, a mix of both. I did a few little details with some plant life and stuff. I added some fences off stream. And then I worked on this staircase, which took forever, just to make it look better. We're going to probably expand up here just a little bit, probably not too much. Maybe some small habitats or exhibits up there. I really want to do... I thought of, like, cutting this apart and doing, like, underwater viewing somehow, and I might still try to figure that one out. I think that'll be cool. If I can get this to be like a level of land inside of a habitat and then, you know, deep water over here, that would be pretty cool. I think that's the plan for today. And then this path was planning to go out here where there's like a huge cave, and I definitely wanted to somehow implement that cave in the build, but that's kind of far away, so I'm not sure if we'll get around to that. And then we also have the red-crowned crane, which are a cool animal, and wanted to get all the stuff for them unlocked. And the Arctic fox, which I'm not sure if we're completely finished with their research stuff. Where even are they? They're over here. They just have puppies, so they're over here in the shelter. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if I have everything unlocked for them yet. No, we just started. Okay. I knew not everything was finished. Arctic Fox just started, and then Egyptian Fruit Bat we're still working on. They're at level 4, and this is like the pre-made walkthrough exhibit for the fruit bats. There's, I think, about 10 of them in there. We're just focusing on, population management and stuff like that. And so we're going to keep working on them. And just getting more stuff done. I think we can start a new work zone too. That's the plan, is to get like a staff building, maybe up all the way up here would probably be a good idea. Cause I don't know exactly how to lay this out. Like, cause I wanna go back this way, like this, and have this path like that. Maybe a habitat at the end or something. Flatten that out more, and maybe have this be like a habitat down a hill. I don't... Downward hills don't do much for views, though. And something like that. There's just really limited space up here if it's gonna look good. And the good news is there's a lot of animals that don't require too much of a habitat, really. You can just they're like 200 meter minimum or something. I don't know why the auto painting is always long grass no matter where we are in the world. This is, I believe, tundra or taiga. Is it taiga, North America? It's a colder map. It's a colder map. I do know that. Tickets are underpriced at $12. We can raise those to $14. I want to do staff training if I can. And we're just jumping right back into Planet Zoo like nothing ever happened. Don't worry about anything else. Just focus on the... Oh, well, how do I cancel? I guess I don't need to cancel that, but... How do I cancel a training? Is there a way to do that? I don't think I can do that. I can just fire a person and hire a new one. That works too. That works too. I don't really need you to be level 3. I was just clicking buttons, my bad. Hiring them costs $200 up front, is that right? That sounds kind of right though. That does sound right. Yeah, I don't know what the layout's gonna look like here. There's so much space for a path. The monorail's going out there too, just to bring people from point A to point B. I was gonna bring the monorail up here, but then I was like, that might not be the best idea. Might not be the best idea. Well, let's take... I could probably just copy what we have down here. Where's my staff building? I have the large staff building. I just copy that. And throw that... I don't know if I should have it down and have them walk up or have it up, because this is limited space and I feel like having a staff room up there is really gonna like block my view, man. I think that's a bad idea. But I don't know. This is a hard deal. Because look how much space that takes up. Just a negative. I don't know if I could push this out like this. No idea what animals we want up here either. No plans whatsoever. There's a few that I have in mind, but you always gotta go off of the, market trends, and sometimes just kind of go on the fly. See what works. I feel like back here is a little built up too. See, I don't know if we're gonna use all this area. That's why I didn't want to do like a lot of terraforming on stream, because it's not really fun to watch, and it just takes a long time to really get it to look perfect. But you can cover up your mistakes with plants and rocks always, as you do with the Planet series with the frontier things and whatnot. Ooh, ooh, ooh. They kind of been slow on the Planet Coaster 2 information, which is slightly concerning. Because they were like, it's coming out soon. And I was like, well, then you better have something to show for it. Because we've only seen like one gameplay thing. And it was a good breakdown, but it probably didn't sell any copies of the game. Besides the hardcore people. It's like, you gotta show people that it's a sequel and not just, an update. That's important. To make that distinction. It's very angular. Very angular. Well, we can always come back and repaint and fix all this. I'm not worried about that. I hate when it does this at the end of a path. Don't do that. It looks stupid. Why do you do that? Yeah, let's curve up. Now what? Now my staff path is over here, which I don't even know if this is where I want it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, whatever's here, we'll split that and we'll have like a small habitat right in the middle or something. Up top. So grab this again. Do 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 do. Okay, so this will be the second work zone, which will be, we'll just call it Hilltop. Hilltop Lounge. Well, we could have a restaurant up there. I don't know how restaurants do in this franchise mode. I'd be curious to find that out, because it definitely works a certain way in Planet Zoo, and I don't know if things are that much different. Like, they said they were getting rid of hotels, man. Why? There's a whole hotel theming thing, too. It's like, what are you guys doing? We have a hotel theme, but no actual functional hotels in Planet Coaster 2. It's like, what? Huh? I'm sorry, what? Yeah, that's not confusing at all. Do. There's no power up here. Who could have guessed? It's almost like I should put generators in things. And I'm gonna need water control. I already know that. Already aware of that. Do. Okay, we also had the staff zone lighting. I'm not sure how important that is, but at least people will be able to see where they're going. Facilities, utilities. Facilities and utilities. Will that cover the bottom of the hill? Ooh, I don't know. We might have to do like a backstage section for that. Because I was thinking of California Sea Lions a while ago. I still think that's exactly what we're gonna do. So, let's see. Lion. This way we get both African and sea lions. Oh, there's a few for conservation points. They're kind of expensive. Why is this one 500? I'm cashing out here. 3 to 15. And we need 360 meters of water with 170 meters deep at 200 meters of land. Either put them in quarantine or get them out of here. Yeah, we gotta also watch the maturity of these hyenas, because they're matriarchal or something, where they're like the opposite of every other animal pretty much, where it's like they want the women to be in charge and the queen of the pride must conquer all, or it's a group of women and they have a specific number. I don't know. We've been figuring it out. We've been kind of figuring it out. This one's infertile. My female's infertile, but that's okay. I don't think we need many more than 5. I already forget the population number on these. These are my new favorite. Okay, 7. That sounds good. Well, I know we want glass. I'm going to try to make it tall enough so it makes sense. Yeah, it can bend around that. This rock can be a part of it. I'm fine with that. Do. Getting a backstage part is gonna be difficult, man. Yeah, let's just do around this. Like so. They're definitely not climbing any mountains or anything. That's at the same level. Do. Yeah, so this is gonna be tricky because I need it to get to here with a little bit of space between so we can have, you know, information boards or whatever. Do. That's good at that. The back parts might end up being more solid. I want the gate like up here, but I don't think that's gonna work out. Yeah, because it has to be like the bottom of the path. I mean, maybe. Depends how deep the water's gonna be. Let's do this for a second. Why did you let me... Yeah, get the path in there. It's like almost to what we want it to do. It's so close, we can fill that in with rocks. Is it shortened? It looks shortened. It does. This game does weird things with levels, but maybe it's just the way I'm looking at it. Maybe this door is just squishy. Just a squishy door. Well, let's see what happens with the water level. How much is that? That's probably enough water, but... it doesn't say how deep it is, which is always the issue for these habitats. It, like, never tells you, actually, how much water's in there. Because I can't see. I don't want to build in the dark. Sick of building in the dark in this game, always, all the time. Can we just let me control time in franchise mode? Like, I know changing my hours does it, but please. Please. Yeah, I want all this front part to be underwater viewing, and then up here you see the land. Like, this was the plan all along. I don't think it's that terrible. Like, if we surround it with stuff, it won't look that bad. I really don't think so. We're doing mostly brick and rock, potentially, and concrete for the barriers and stuff on this one. I haven't heard people use this. Oh, oh, that's a mandrill sound. Apparently, I didn't hear it, but I believe you. We don't even have those in the zoo. I feel like this should be over here, like further down. Do. I mean, I think it looks okay. If I'm okay with it, the animals better be too. They've all passed quarantine. I just needed them there so they had a place to go, but I don't really know if that's an animal that can get sick. Like, they're aquatic. There's probably specific aquatic diseases or something. Do. Yeah, just cover that. Why? What? How does changing the barrier affect the fucking water? What are you smoking? Don't move. That's enough water. That's tons more water than they need. It's enough land space. This is working out. There was also another level of it though. Like, I don't know if we want to lower the water. I kind of like the idea that the water is that deep. Like, the whole way through. I could even push this back to the wall, but I don't think I'm gonna need to do that. They don't like grass. They like rock. They like rocky beaches or something. Probably sand is gonna be good. Mm-hmm. Okay. Probably gonna have to do some terrain editing over there. Don't move. Yeah, this dip down is a bit unnecessary. But it's okay. Because we have rocks, or fake faux rocks, aquatic style. This is the, another showcase of why the aquatic tools are good. The aquatic DLCs are really good for building. Do. There we go. to this content pack, aquatic pack. Get a few of these. Do. Yeah, I don't care about breaching the side of the glass too much. I really don't. Any other time I would, but just kind of need it all to work for me. And I think it's kind of working. Of course, the move tool is trying to freak out because the game hates me. It'll rotate like at 15% or whatever. The move snapping and position snapping in this game sometimes will literally just randomize on its own. It's unacceptable. It's like one of the worst parts about playing a Zoo console right now. Because it's like, man, you guys, that's like the thing. This is like, that's the majority of the game is like rotating things at any percent I want. Like free rotation should not be complicated. Okay, don't go anywhere. They're very dark and it's getting wet and it's raining, but they probably like the rain. They don't need shelter, but they do need these special jetties for bedding. Somehow I'm supposed to align these perfectly. With the water. Do. Can this one snap to that one? No, that would make too much sense, Underdog. They can snap in any other position, though. Let me tell you. It's traversable. This kind of isn't, but the rest is. I don't understand why this doesn't work. Is there a reason? Can we push this back? Just a little bit? I will bring the water back, relax. Sand. You could see them like mid-swim. There's one way out here. Mid-swim. Well, I'll throw some like big rocks out there in the middle of the water too, so it's not like just empty ocean or whatever. We'll make it look good. It's just gonna take a little bit of finesse. Where was the line? Somewhere about there. Okay. Yeah, Yeah, it's still a little bit iffy on that edge. Not really sure why. Oop, it just dropped in on its own. So it's been a really long time since we had the California sea lion. They're kind of complicated to take care of, as some, or I should say most aquatic species are. They just require more care and stuff like that. The California sea lion is a species of eared seal native to the coastal regions of western USA and Mexico. Doesn't really say what they're affected by in terms of conservation, though. Let's see. C. I just typed C. Animal talk. Oh, we could do an animal talk for them. If I do a statue, I don't know if I want the statue like out here or like out front or over here. I think it would be cool to make like just little custom things, kind of. Like if I could get, like a post, like a fence post or something, to like hold this up. Do. Can we get the position snap to work, please? It's going underneath, but something like that, and then maybe surround that with fake rock, I don't know. Or illuminate it somehow. And maybe one at the top, I don't. Will you see this though? I mean, they'll see it. Oh, they'll see it. They'll know it's there. Advertise for the correct animal. We're gonna be swimming around for a little bit. Just need to set up food, and then get definitely get some workers over here. Staff is a necessity. One, two, three. Where's that keeper hut? How worried about the negative influence should I be? do. Okay. All these new people have to be assigned to the hilltop. Yeah, this is one of those animals that I unfortunately tend to steer away from because they're just, you gotta set up for it and keep them satisfied, and the underwater feeders sometimes are not as functional as I would want them to be. We will put a few aquatic plants. And definitely some more of those rocks. Do 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 do. Where are these ponytail palms from? I don't even remember these. They're weird. I don't know if I hate them or love them. Do. I think it's because we're set to aquatic only. Is that why? I think so. Which is weird. Why doesn't that include the... Well, I guess they're aquatic plants, but not in the aquatic pack. Maybe that's the problem. I feel like my fan just started blowing like way harder out of nowhere. And I'm confused. Like it was set to low. And now it's like randomly blasting me. What's going on? What's happening? Concerned about the amount of Arctic fox babies that are happening because there's a limit. There needs to be a limit. There's too many already in here. How many can we have? It's 1 to 8 and there's already 8. Stop having babies. They don't live too long either. I don't want to get rid of all these children though. Let's get rid of 2 of the adults. Look at them all. There's a gray one. Their coats change colors though, so is this actually a different color? Is a blue morph. Whereas this one's supposed to be white, or will be white later on. How did 2 white foxes have a blue baby? How does that work out? Somebody's been doing something behind somebody's back. At least now we know where to look for that color patterning thing. It's under genetics. If you're on console and you're playing, I guess, Sandbox, it just tells you directly here on the main view. But if you just go to the next page over, it's at the bottom underneath immunity. It says there, white fluffy fur coat for this one that's asleep. We're just putting contraception on these. Can't keep having litters. Just this other alert I got. What is this alert for? Mechanic cannot reach the habitat. Well, because we don't have a mechanic assigned yet. That's why. Gotta have a mechanic assigned. Are you feeding them? Where are you going? Oh, he's gonna go pick up poop. I was like, he's gonna dive into the water? That would be crazy. Should we try to make this a little bit more transparent? Because I feel like this water is a bit too cloudy. There we are. Prices are still too low. I don't know if we needed more enrichment. I think they had everything. Oh no, they had none. That's what we forgot to do last time. Was give the foxes toys. I knew we left off with something left to do. Use that bubble. The bubble blaster. The big bad bubble blaster. And 2 tennis balls. Cardboard box. We'll do 2 of those. That's over what they need. Enrichment feeders. They usually don't like 3 of the same kind. But that might work. Is it gonna play with the bubbles? It might, if we're lucky. What's up, Geekat? Sorry for the slow response. I'm kind of focused on getting things set up here in franchise mode. Oh, there it goes. It's doing a little dance, making a little love. Get down tonight. People like this bat habitat. We still need to do another vet thing for them too. That's what I should do with the vet research. Continue on that fruit bat, get that finished. Okay, this just needs to get taken care of. Yeah, this just needs toys. What do we have? We got this platform float, which I thought this was like, I thought they could get up here and grab food, but guess not. Put that at the end? Why is the submarine being dumb? That's all they need. Yeah, so the whole thing is that they pop up here and then they have like just this float to chill on. I mean, it's interactable. I don't really see this being like a toy, but I guess it's a form of play. They do like desert. I don't know if moss down here would look good. Gonna be under the water anyway. I guess the desert rock kind of fits in with the brick. Sink this one down. Nope. Oop. Do 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 do. Yeah, we might be able to use the tiny ones because I should have some blueprints unlocked, but you never know with franchise. It's very picky, too picky in my opinion, about what you have sometimes. No, you didn't unlock that completely. Like, ah, shucks. Shucky ducky, quack quack. We could have had a rubber ducky in here. I feel like I always go for the rubber ducky. Animal welfare has attracted protesters. It's gonna be the stupid wildebeest are thirsty again because they're not smart enough to walk over to get a drink. Watch, I guarantee it. I promise you that's what it is. Why do the blue wildebeest have to be a problem? They're like one of my new favorites too. Big fan of that animal, but if they're gonna be annoying, they're not gonna be my favorite for too long. Do, do, do. Rotate that. What is the problem? It literally is. Is it a social issue? It's literally just a social issue. Okay, what is going on? It's because there's only 4 of them? Is that what? I thought we had 5. Could try to throw in 2 more. Yeah, they only need 4. What are you talking about, man? Mature males related to alpha become outsiders. We know that. Territorial bulls, female hierarchy within herd. Then what is the problem? It's like because one of them walked away from the group. I'm so sick of this being like an issue with social welfare. This one's taking a nap by the heater. Where's the male? Where is he? He's here. They like scare each other off and then run away from each other, but they need to be grouped together. I don't understand. I don't understand. Why? Why? Yeah, it would be cool to get like an animal talk right here in the corner. I'd be down with that. Raise some education. That way. I'm not ever doing a walking tour again. I learned my lesson. Standing room only. Do we need a scenery rating? I don't know. Do we need background music? Sure, why not? I feel like there needs to be like more stuff for these entertainers to do, or the educators. Like other than the tour and the talk, there should be like another thing. Like maybe just carry around like a small exhibit animal in their hand. I think that would be huge. Because that's what they do in real zoos, or at least science centers and stuff. I know here they have like falcon shows, like they just have the person walk through the zoo with the bird on their arm. Like that would be so sick if they just walk around with like the Goliath frog in their hand, because we do still have 2 of these. They're both male. Which doesn't really help for my population needs, but they're just kind of chilling. This one's on a rock. probably put some sort of shop up there, maybe. Boop, 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 boo. I feel like when you put a shell down, sometimes you have to, like, plan out where the other thing's gonna be, too. Like, because you need the path. So, like, if I put this here, it's gonna require this to attach. It's gonna be this whole big ordeal. How it can't snap there. Oh, you can't have a path here. See what I mean? But if you pick the shop first, and then get rid of the shell, it'll work fine. Just planet things. Why are you on a grid? We can cover that with rocks. We can hide things. It's fine. Everything's fine. I don't know if this will, like, direct traffic up here, but it's kind of the goal. Do 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 do. Squeeze me. Squeeze me. Yeah, I'm hoping more wildebeest will solve that problem, because if there's more of them in there, they're more likely to bump into each other. And as long as this one's not, like, mating with every single one... it's like population versus size of the habitat or something. It's frustrating because this happens with, like, the antelopes all the time. Like, and I guess technically the blue wildebeest is a type of antelope, so maybe that's why? The warthogs are jumping on a rock? I didn't even know they could jump. I just saw that this warthog just jumped. Maybe it's trying to, it's trying to get the food. Is this facing the wrong way? Which way is this facing? Is there no front to this thing? I guess it doesn't matter. Whatever, as long as you're eating what's on there, it's like a kebab. There's watermelon and, what is that, tomato and an apple. I'd eat this. I'd eat that. Whatever's on that, I would eat it. All my cranes have matured. Good to know. It just pooped. Good to see. The foxes are gonna grow up pretty quickly, I feel like. Need to add something else up here. Right here. I don't know what it's gonna be. Why do you not... God. This game hates... This game absolutely hates when you try to build a curved thing first. You have to go straight before you curve a line. That's not how this works. Just give me a draw tool. I swear, just give me a draw tool. Please. Oh my God. No, curve the other way. Thank you. It looks terrible. Just little things. Little things about this game that are like not great quality of life. I don't know if that's just a console thing, but I feel like a lot of people complain about these barriers being annoying for no reason. I have no idea what's going up here. It's gonna be a small habitat though. Do. Just to get something up there. Just to have it. And then if we want to expand back here, we can. But I don't know. Baby sea lions, hold up. Baby sea lions in the water, can they give birth mid-swim? Do they do that? Do they give... They do live birth because they're a mammal, but do they do it like while they're swimming? Because I know sharks do that, right? Or some sharks do it? I might have to go to shore. Because there is... Most animals have like a specific birth animation where it like has to go lay down to give birth. So I don't know. We should try to decide. I want to watch that happen. But I also want to decide what animal is going to be up here on top of the hill. Yeah, I was thinking aardvark. I know it's another African species, but I feel like if we did not already have this in franchise mode, this is like the first animal to get finished. Do I have the aardvark research done? Because I don't see it on a list. I feel like it would showcase here, but then there's also things that I don't have just randomly thrown in. I think aardvark is the way to go. Just so I can know if I have it finished or not. Sea lion. I can't have too much more of a population though. Like, I'll let it have the baby and then we'll probably stop them from there on. Because a larger population would require me to expand the land space, and I can't really do that with the way it's already laid out. Uh. Hey! Yeah, if it's... I think we'll stick with Aardvark. But I need them in here. Like, now. Come on, faster. There it is. Alright, tell me my progression. It wasn't done. Yeah, okay. So this had to be done because alphabetically it's the first one. And I want to research every animal at some point in franchise mode. I think that's a good goal to have. Plus, there's probably a trophy for doing that because that would take forever. It feels like that's an easy trophy to make people earn. You just have to, because you would have to grind it out. There's so many animals. Aardvark. From what I remember, they don't really have too many options for enrichment besides like the forage thing. What if I put the burrow this way? Like facing away from people. Yeah, there's a feeder here. Do. So the Aardvark 61 to 108. They like it hot. They are technically a desert species. A. Devark. Need another keeper here. Clean that water too. That's what we had to figure out is where that's gonna be. I could probably do it from like on this backside. Like if I push this and then do a staff path from there. Cause I don't, yeah, that's not gonna reach. If I put it back here, I don't think they'll see it anyway. Do 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 do. Or right after this. Yeah, but what? Okay, that does not connect for some reason. What work zone would that be in? Might have to create a separate one. There's enough space for a habitat there too. That's a long... Yeah, you can't snap to this because this is like focused on connecting there. So the path does not want you to do that. I'll put them in this work zone, but I gotta remember to take them out. I'm just doing it for now. So that we can have the water cleaned. I guess any temperature is fine, right? 60 is probably fine. Thank you for the follow. We're gonna decorate for the aardvarks now. Where's that blueprint? We were talking about that blueprint and I didn't even download it. Or see if we had it unlocked. We should. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. These seem a little bit dark for desert rocks, don't they? Is that just me? Looks like chocolate. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And then these are the fake. Yeah, these are more of the fake rock. In case you just want those recolored easily. Do 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 do. Ba da 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 da. Yeah, you can't even find these in the menu. You literally have to download this thing to do the small rocks. You literally have to. It's weird. That's not even the right color, Underdog. What are you doing? Those are mossy rocks. Or maybe it is. It says desert. It's a weird tone. Just looks weird because of lighting. Okay. Show me the appropriate plants. We always start with the big plants first, like trees and stuff first, and then micro detail around that. I don't want to block their entrance to the thing though. I'm gonna put that there. Doop. Banana plants. I didn't want to do this because that doesn't feel like an African tree. Like, I know that it is. But I want like something that looks better. Something like this. The candelabra. Would this block your pathing? I want to like put it down and then find out. I just want to throw it there and see. So I think they can walk around some of this stuff too. Yeah, that would have blocked it. I don't want to block them. They can't get around these either. Hyenas need a cleaning. From what I remember, the aardvark are shy. So we're actually going to change this to one-sided, one-way glass. They're cute. They're chunky. Not the most exciting animal in the game, but definitely one I wanted to get this stuff unlocked for. Tropical leaf litter. Do. Alright, I think that's good for that. And food is the forage box. And enrichment. You gotta have the scent markers for these. They got the big noses. If you're not using their big noses to your advantage, you're just doing it wrong. They got big noses. Yeah, that's about all that they need. They're not super playful. This one's gonna go down in there. And then you can select the camera view and watch them hang out. They might get frisky down there. We're going to give them some privacy. An animal has died of old age. Okay, so that was one female warthog. Let's see, common warthog. There's only 2 of them in here? That's a problem. Especially because my male is, my male is getting elderly, so he's gotta go soon. We could let him go now. But I need to know that there's a backup. There is. Sefu. Is that like Sifu? We'll bring his girlfriend with him too. And then we can let you go. You can retire out in the wilderness, bud. It's okay. We're replacing you with another albino. It's fine. And I thought, I don't want to say this incorrectly, but I thought the warthogs were the rule of 5. Yeah, 1 to 7. So about 5 would be good if we could get that number back up, babies or otherwise. It is pouring rain in my video game right now. Yeah, we don't really have security cams set up. I need to do that since I'm finding things broken all the time. Is the flipper blocking the... The flipper is blocking the trash can. Yeah, we could get a bench there too. They could sit for the education. That wouldn't count as like linking the seating though. Well, this window is like small anyway. Aardvark education. 90% of my profits are from donations right now, I'm pretty sure. Where'd that bench? Where'd I have a bench? I didn't have too many of them. And we're just using the basic ones. I already have like 1,800 people in here. I'm scared it's gonna hit like 2,000 and then it's gonna be overcrowded. Save. Save your game. Yeah, I know. We'll clean it. I bet having a security guard would lower litter too somehow. Littering is a crime. I hate people that litter. It pisses me off. It's like, just wait for the trash can. Just wait for a trash can. It's not that difficult. I can't hire these people because they're brand new. Or I can't train them. 1, 2. Okay, this person. Are you on top? Think so. Where's this person at? Okay. Okay, we could probably get a secondary shop up there. It seems like that's what they wanted. Was this on the inside or the outside? I hate that I have to go check. It's on the inside. Because the monorail's there. Do. Just a memento. They also have this style shop, which is really cool because it's like bent. The Twilight style buildings are kind of creepy. I do like it. We might have to do a nocturnal build for Halloween when that comes around. Which, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're like, what are you talking about, Underdog? It's January since your upload schedule is so slow. And if you're watching live, you're probably like, what the hell are you talking about? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I like that I placed it down and it moved when I did that. Dude. I think that works. It looks kind of weird, but it works. Your gift shop, we'll check on the merchandise there. I don't think I can edit it too much. There is kind of a limit. Yeah, no, I can just turn these off or on. We'll just sell everything because these adoption packs are like $50. It's more about the food. You can like edit all the stuff, which I forgot about. The like for example, if you weren't here last time, I can just show you guys again real quick. You can just edit the condiments. Throw some marshmallows or fudge on a milkshake. Throw ketchup or relish on a hot dog. That kind of simple stuff. It just affects it also affects the price of You're good. Can we... Please. This is upside down. I hate it. I hate that the only sign for this milkshake is either this tiny one, or it's like the size of a building. Whose idea was that? Do we have a menu over here? I don't think I need a menu for every shop. Because you can't even link them. Can't even link them. But it's there. Crane baby? Crane babies! You can knock on people's streams to ask them to collaborate. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it would get annoying fast or anything. Look at this baby bird. Speaking about babies. They had 2 pups? They had 2 little pups. They look like the adults, they're just half the size. They're a little bit lighter in color too, I think. Yeah. Look at it. It's got little flippers. He's got little flippers. He needs a floaty. Oh, he got a fish! Oh, he actually had it in his mouth. And we were trying to see that with the penguins a while ago, and it wasn't happening for me. The penguins were missing. They don't have good aim, I guess. The sea lions just have better aim. They are predators, so that kind of makes sense. Aren't sea lions the ones that eat penguins? Aren't they like actually vicious? Won't they like actually bite divers and stuff all the time? Is he going? Is he going? Are you gonna catch a fish? And he thought about it, and then it changed his mind. Okay, well, they're all in there. And then what does that mean for you? Yeah, space is still good. You're like never using this feeder. This warthog's expecting babies. There's the replacement for the alpha. We just got a challenge complete here. Info center profits. Our info center's back here. We're selling umbrellas and stuff. We also have energy drinks and French fries, for anyone wondering. But I think we also have pizza. I don't know what it just clicked on. No idea what just happened. I was trying to copy this whole building. I don't think the game wants me to do that. No, the whole building game. All of it, everything included. Why is this not? Why? End the sign. Why do I have to make this myself? Classic pizza. Pizza shop. Blueprint tags. Shops. Food. Create. Then we go to blueprint. My blueprints. Get out of here. Classic pizza. Do. Oh, right there. Perfect. Yeah, we're just gonna work on the top of this hill today, I think. That's the plan. Could put the fence around that. But then I don't know if it'll block their view from the sea lions from above. Because people in this game somehow have like binocular vision and they can see habitats from like 10 million miles away. And then they'll be like, the view from here is poopy. But if they're like an inch away from the glass, they're like, I can't see the animal. It's all kinds of wacky. There's a whole bunch of nonsense, I tell you what. Speaking of the bats. It says there's multiple issues here, but there's not. Don't lie to me, game. We should have had this thing unlocked here. Yeah, fruit bats are finished. There's 26 of them in here, which I think is a bit too many. And I know that they can be in a group of 35, but I don't think we actually need all 35 of them in here. That seems like a little bit much. So let's take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out real quick. Bring this here. Quick trade. And there's a final thing. What is this? Where did this... Oh, this is up here. It's a box. Can they get in the box? They just hang on it? Can they get in there? It's like near the ceiling. I don't know if they can get inside there. They are fun to watch, though. Credit where credit's due. They are fun to watch. Yeah, we got rid of a bunch and kept 5. Just to limit the population for a little bit. I know a lot of people that play this on PC and they have to save like every 10 minutes. So, if you see me saving a lot, it's for a good reason. Just trust me on it. I know there's protesters, but I don't know that there's much I can do about it. I don't think we've placed a single security, like there's a security guard. Yeah, but we haven't done the security cameras yet. Just gonna do these standalone ones. The wildebeest are unhappy, and so are these people. Because the antelopes are a problem. All the time. That covers that corner. This will cover the top of the stairs. This will cover the gift shop and ATM, hopefully. Can add more later. Just get the major parts covered. And then I'll cover all that with rocks and trees and... we never did that Vista Point thing. I don't know if it's worth doing it. Not much to see but water over there. Can you link other seating? Like, I don't think I can link this, like, talk point to this bench. Yeah, no. It has to be that specific seating, okay. I thought so. Just wanted to make sure. Look at the little baby. That is adorable. They all just chilling on the beach. Okay, aardvark, check. What was the vet progress on it? We were not done. It's level 2. Maybe bring the other shops up. God damn it. I'm gonna have to copy this, aren't I? This whole thing. Again. Classic combo. We got fries and energy drink. Same thing we did before. Bring this one up here. Not really a food court, just a line of shops right at the top. But that's like the perfect place to put them. Could have a big habitat out here. Do 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 do. All this shop stuff should be synced. Like, the prices and condiments should be synced. You have to get ketchup. Even if you're allergic to tomato, you have to. We force you to eat it. We make you drink the ketchup at this zoo. Welcome to Dog's Rescue Center. Would you like some ketchup? Look at them all sharing the shelter. Wildebeest and warthogs living in harmony. I'm just gonna extend this one out a little bit. So that is going like parallel to this path out here. Because we have a plan now, at least in terms of which direction and how we're building out everything. I almost feel like, I know they don't need covering, but you could completely cover this. Just put like a ceiling on top of it. If you wanted to, individual like wooden panels or something. Roof pieces. Because the snow goes crazy on this map. Flatten to surface or flatten to foundation? That's gonna be a weird cliff if I do that. Gotta be careful there, bud. Gotta be a little bit more careful with that. do 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 do. Yeah, I hate the levels of this. There's so much terrain to mess with, man. I definitely want a habitat like rounding out this part though. It could have. Wait, where's that water reach to? This could be water right there. That would count. That would count. It would barely touch it, and I could have another water thing back there and have them kind of connect. Because I think something like up here that kind of dives into water would be okay. And that way it gives me an excuse to not fill out this whole thing. Natural barrier all the way around, like I did with the hyenas, like just rock around it. I'm just throwing out ideas. I'm not saying that's what we're doing. Just a couple good ideas. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Because I'd have to go like that around. Redeeming Chewbacca out of nowhere. Why would you do that? Beautiful. Thank you. That's one of the only impressions I can actually do, like, pretty well. That one's easy, though. To me, Chewbacca's easy. You just gotta kind of gargle. You know how you, like, gargle water or salt water sometimes? If you have a throat, like a sore throat. It's easy to me. It's easy to anyone. I've taught people how to do the cricket noise. The cricket noise is easy, too. It's the same thing. You swirl your tongue, and you do a whistle. It's easy. I can't do it right now. Of course, the one time I tried to give an example, I couldn't do it. I can't even whistle right now. I got no liquid. I'm dried up. I'm dried up. I need water. I'm a fraud. I've been exposed. Why can I not whistle right now? It's just not a whistling day, I guess. Alright, welcome to the stream where I'm gonna try to whistle for the rest of the time. Stone, when'd you get in here? Who let you in here? I thought you were streaming. Did I give you a shout out? Thanks for coming in the other day. Stone is a good friend of mine. You're sneaky. You just snuck in there. Stone is the #1 fan of Zoidberg. I mean, hey man, it's a cool character, I guess. If that's what you want to enjoy, I'm not going to stop you. Zoidberg enjoyer in the chat. I don't know what we're doing. We're making water for something that's gonna swim in it. We don't know what animal I'm choosing yet. Any suggestions are welcome. Just because you say an animal, though, doesn't mean I'll put it in there. I would put like a redemption point of adding an animal to the zoo, but there's an animal market and the game doesn't exactly work that way during franchise mode. You can't just throw any animal you want. That's not exactly how the game works here. Sandbox, sure, you can do anything. But franchise mode, you kind of need the market to be on your side. You just need luck. Okay, let's see here. Let's clean everything up. We have an aardvark. We have sea lions. We have cranes. We could do alligator, but it's a snowy, cold environment. I don't know if that's going to be the best thing. American alligator would be easy. It would be a good thing to get out of the way for franchise mode, because they're similar to the gharial. So we probably already have a lot of stuff saved from that. I'm feeling alligator. I'm thinking alligators. Not the most exciting animal in the game, but just to get it done. Just to get it unlocked and researched. We're also gonna quarantine them because I know there's like Nile virus or whatever. You're like a sneaky little digit in a particular exam. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Like the number pi? What are you talking about? I probably mentioned this on stream like a million times before, but I cannot do math in my head. I legit have like a math deficiency. I can't do like basic numbers in my head. I just can't do it. And people are like, no, you just don't want to do it. I'm like, no, my brain actually won't let me do it. I need a calculator. So in school, I hated math, right? And for some reason, I had to earn credit. Like, you have to earn a certain amount of credits in school to, like, pass the grade or the whatever. And I had to take, like, advanced trigonometry. I'm not even... They, like, forced me to do it. I had to take trig. And I was so confused and I felt so stupid. And it was so embarrassing. And I got like a C minus because I cheated. It's the only time in my life I've ever cheated. And I don't even feel guilty about it. Because I was like, dude, there's no way I'm passing this class. And I was telling all the teachers, I was like, I can't do this. Like, I am not good. I can't add with my fingers. And you're asking me to understand the square root of the letter alphabet, which isn't even a number, and there's like an A minus in here, and that's not even my grade. I don't understand what's happening. When am I going to use this in life? And they're like, well, if you want to be a NASA engineer. I don't want to be a NASA engineer. I'm a high school student, and I'm obsessed with pro wrestling, and I want to be a pro wrestler. And they were like, well, you're too small to be a wrestler. I was like, man, these teachers are so... My teachers were not supportive. I feel like nowadays, teachers are like super supportive. Back in my day, teachers were like, what's your dream? Oh, let me crush that real quick. You just gotta count to 1 on your little finger. I don't... What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you trying to say? Are you giving me the finger right now? Is that what you're saying? Why would you do that to me, Stone? Yeah, we're gonna null barrier this nonsense. Put some rocks all around that. I don't know how we're gonna make it look good, but yeah. It's touching. It's touching. Do. We're gonna put the American alligator up here. I think the aardvarks are either about to have a baby. Yeah, this one's about to have a baby. So we gotta stop that because they do not like population. They're very solitary animals. Even having 2 is kind of pushing it, but it's for breeding purposes. We gotta have at least 1 baby born. Bring this education over here. On the flip side of that, I had 2 really cool specialized classes. There's things called electives, which is like you get to choose the class that you do for a credit. And I picked the 2 coolest classes. One was a film study class, but it was only Twilight Zone, which made me obsessed with the Twilight Zone show. It's my favorite show of all time. And the other was like Lego robotics. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you make things out of Legos that also can move. Like you build a car, like a remote control car out of Legos. Like there's like microchips and receivers and all that in there. It's not like 100% Lego, but you know what I mean. Like you build something out of Legos that can actually like move. We built like a crane that would pick up stuff and move it from one spot to another. We built a car. We built like a a safety parachute thing that you like throw out the window and it saves the egg, like the egg test thing. Well, my alligator's here. My alligator is here. What is my... The tail is sticking out of the habitat. Yeah, they don't even have level 1 yet. They don't even have level 1. Okay, so we're gonna work on the aardvark and American alligator. Both letter A's, and both pretty basic animals that we can just research and get it done and not have to worry about it further along in franchise mode. They're really not picky about the terrain. Soil around the water and they'll be fine. They really don't care. They can't even get over here. Oh. How do I undo? So yeah, I took those classes because I knew they would be fun. I don't care about learning. Actually, I like learning now way more than I did in school when I did classes. Is that weird? But it's more about certain things. To me, learning about animals is cool. I always like to learn fun little facts about different animals, which is the best part about this game. Well, I mean, one of the best parts about this game. For example, did you guys know that the American alligator's blood is extremely good at fighting off bacteria, meaning alligators get seriously injured often do not get infections, and that actually what's really cool is there's a lot of vaccines that use alligator blood to fight infections. And they're trying to determine if it might be a potential defender for triple E. You had the same problem of what? Not wanting to learn? Or just caring about fun? When I was in high school specifically, I just wanted to have fun all the time. I just wanted to goof off and hang out with friends. That's all I cared about. I didn't care about grades or anything. If I put a generator down here, will it reach up there? Kinda. Alright, there we go. You're probably learning the stuff you want to learn about, not what they want you to learn. Yeah, I guess being forced to learn something is definitely worse. If you have no interest in a subject, it makes it way harder to learn. That's just how that works. People are already over here. Are you blocking this? You're in the way. The alligator is in the way. How do I do this one? North America. American alligator. Man. These wildebeest and warthogs are always complaining. Like, look at this. And it's all a social issue. Makes me not want to put blue wildebeest in my zoo. That's all it does. These are all going to grow up and try to kill each other, so that's fun. We had all male babies. We actually had a baby albino. Look at it. Oh, it's sleeping. Don't wake it up. Do not wake the piglet. And I don't want to like get into a whole nother subject about this conversation that we're having, but for me, one of the things that I enjoy learning is like a new fighting game or a new character in a fighting game. Like that's always fun. Like discovering and figuring out new combos and like pathways and learning tech and just learning a fighting game in general is super fun. It is actually super fun to do that. And I'm excited to try 2KXO. I'm excited to try Project L. I'm excited to try City of the Wolves. I'm really looking forward to it. Just like learning those games because they're completely different from stuff I actually play. They're like way different. I don't play anime fighters, and I've heard they kind of are down that route. I think 2KXO is closer to King of Fighters than anything else in terms of how it actually works. Which I haven't played a King of Fighters since like 2000. So it's been a while. It's been like 20 years. It's been a while. But I think I actually have like King of Fighters 97 and 2000 on my PS5. And I really want to just spend a day to learn those, like relearn those games. To me, that would be super fun. America. North American trees. My concern with this is that it's going to block the ground space. Like, I want to put trees in here, but I don't want to block where they are walking. But they need coverage. They need the coverage, man. Why are you... What is happening? Look at this! Game! Dude, the game is freaking out. Biome is aquatic or temperate. Continent. Only North America. Thank you. Don't you hate that when it does that? I don't know why it does that. Usually that's not an issue. The game just likes to, like I said, mess with you. This game just likes to cause random issues for no reason. I like the way the Virginia Creeper looks, but these block your path too. And I know that because we've had them before. Like, animals have to walk on top of that plant life there. But we'll put some in the corner. Try to get another tree out here. Don't want twin flowers. Nettle's fine. Do 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 do. It doesn't really count much for the coverage, does it? I think if we put stuff on the back end, it'll be okay, because they can't really go back here anyway. Like so. Let's see. Squeaky Duck toys. Oh, they can do the platform thing too? I didn't know that. For the alligators? Why? They're not really fancy swimmers. I mean, I would argue that in terms of, like, animal that doesn't do anything, this is number one. Somebody was like complaining a long time ago that their animals keep running around like crazy. And they're like, is there an animal that doesn't do much? I was like, have you tried the alligator? They eat and then they don't even really swim. They like float in the water and then they just sunbask for like 90% of the day. They'll just they'll just lay here. But that's what they do. That's what they do. Oh, he's pooping. Just dropping logs on the stream. Dropping logs. Alright, 3 vets, 5 keepers, 1 educator, 4 mechanics, 2 security guards, 5 caretakers, which are basically janitors, and then 13 vendors. The good news is we're actually getting way more done than I thought we would. The bad news is I really have to use the bathroom. So I'm gonna have to leave you guys watching an animal. I'll give you something more entertaining than the alligator to watch here. Why don't we just take a view of, you know what, I'm feeling like we haven't checked on the hyenas in a while. You can watch this hyena. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Okay. Speaking about learning, did you know that striped hyenas can be tamed and trained and were used by ancient Egyptians as hunting companions? That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. I feel like I knew that, though, from way back when I played that Assassin's Creed game. Wasn't there a character that had, like, hyenas helping her out? These 2 bats are pregnant. I don't know what a bat birth would look like. I assume they just kind of spawn in there. Just kind of probably just spawn in there. Yeah, well, I'll probably lay out the exit. That's a good idea. So what did I do? I did 1 out and then down. Game, I swear. Thank you. That works. I guess. For the exit there? I mean, we knew it wasn't gonna look that great. Does the maintenance worker have to check on the monorail even if it's not functioning? We could try to sneak a shop underneath that, but I don't know. We don't need to. The only other type of shop I would need out front is another gift shop, which I was thinking of adding anyway. And if it can't go there, we could find another place for it. Do. This is the classic style. Classic shop 1. Well, it didn't even come with this. God damn it, game. Need the sign. Gift shop. You're back. Welcome back. We just added aardvarks and alligators. Aardvarks and alligators. I mean, if I put it here, it'll work. God. Almost. What is blocking the way? There's a way to do it. I don't know if I can move the pylons. Can you move the pylons? Probably not the first one. How's the build going? Fine, I'm trying to figure out where we put this shop. I want to put this shop underneath, but... Does that get rid of the pylon if I put it there? How did I get this other one under there? Like, how did I do that? I had this. I can't just, like, align and go over? It definitely does not want me to do this. It does not want me to do that. It's okay. It's alright. Well, we can just put it right at the entrance. That's fine. It doesn't make a difference, really, where it is. I just thought it would look cool if we could squeeze it in there. I think this build is going as good as it can go. The wildebeest are kind of complaining for no reason, but all the other animals are fine. I should probably bring some of these up there too. The heaters. I'm concerned if I put it halfway, will this affect the habitat a lot? I think the sea lions aren't super picky about temperature though. person's getting ready for their animal talk. Look at the green hair. Who's this dude with the blue hair? Yeah, it says 25 to 88. Which is a pretty crazy range of temperature for an animal that specifically lives in West Coast. In the West Coast. It does, yeah, it does go through the barrier. I wish there was a way to, like, stop that from happening, though. Because I feel like if you're building and doing that, the people need to be warm. But what if an animal doesn't? Like, for example, the Arctic fox. Like here, the front of this habitat, probably uncomfortable for them, which is why they're staying back here in the shelter. Also, there's probably way too many Arctic foxes again. They just constantly be breeding. Half of them are pregnant already, again. Where'd that thing go? I thought I had one over here. I do. Okay. Put one right at the top of the stairs. We'll put one right over here for that line. Put one right here. And then one at the end of this path. My trash is over full. I have to check something real quick. I gotta reset this. Because the performance hasn't been bad, but it's raining, plus there's 2,000 people. So that's not gonna help. This is probably gonna be a huge zoo when it's done too. Because we need a habitat here, and then there's going to be a long space, which means maybe like a multi-species or something, like elephants. Something that takes up a lot of space here, and then I still don't know what I want to do with the cave. There's like a natural cave here. We'll figure that out way later. Maybe on another stream. Another time in the future. In the future. Xenon, future girl. Zetus Lapidus, my dudes. Why is that not like one of my sayings that my Twitch bot says? It should be. Remind me to do that later. How do you spell Zetus Lapidus? And also, can I say that out loud? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're probably off better not knowing. Sometimes it's better to be ignorant. I think the cranes love the rain. Whoa, he's running through. This one's actually kind of swimming too. Look at it. He's swimming. That's funny. He's just paddling. Paddling away. Does this habitat need any care? Not really. Oh, this one's good. This one's the one with all the problems. I keep resetting that. Do grade 2. Actually, that's a good idea. Let me go through food. You can see all the species in my zoo this way, too, which is great if you guys don't already know it's in here. We have the aardvark, American alligator, Arctic fox, blue wildebeest, California sea lion, common warthog, red-crowned crane, and the striped hyena. Grade 2 food for both of you. Maybe that'll make you happier, because you guys keep complaining. I got the sea lions to 5 and the fox to 4. Like, we can continue doing that. I don't know. Like, there was risk of disease, but we didn't actually have a disease. I'm concerned that a disease is gonna pop up, and then I'm gonna need this third vet. Could hire another one. Yeah, I think this is like a dead end here, so I don't know if the bathroom's the best way to end it. But I feel like I just had to get it to link properly. You know what's crazy? I don't know if did you guys know? I don't know how to start this sentence. Black Myth Wukong came out today on Steam and PlayStation. It is already the #1 game like on Steam history. Besides PUBG, which has the record, and I think CSGO. It's like #3 of all time. Like most played. And it's the highest single player game. That's crazy. I knew it would be big because there's a huge audience for that. Like, it's a little bit Dark Souls, but a little bit action combat. It's kind of the sweet spot for a lot of people, from what I've seen, and I think that's why people are gonna like it a lot. I have no interest in it. I was watching a little bit of it earlier. I think that's crazy that it like just popped off that fast. I wonder what the pre-order, like, you can wish list stuff, not pre-order on Steam. You can like wish list stuff. So I wonder what their like wish list or pre-order numbers were like. That game had a huge budget too, so it's gonna make its money back. They're definitely making their money back, plus some. They gonna be rich. Ooh. It would be crazy if someone could come up here and see the sea lion from up here. That would be kind of crazy. Yeah, bathroom at the end of that path, and then... Do we really need something at the end of this path? I mean, maybe. I don't know if I need another habitat up here. I really don't know. Like, there's space for it. But that doesn't make it worth doing. Just because you can do something doesn't always mean you should do something. Yeah, because then I'd have to have like a weird gate path back there. But it could work. There's just no like proper way to have viewing over here. Unless it's really small. Let's just get an idea here, because that's gonna be there no matter what. And that. And dinner is served. Geekette, what kind of animal do you think I should put up here on top of the hill? Would have to be something that doesn't take up a lot of space. So think smaller animals. I don't know if I can reach out with that. Why? Excuse me? Hello? Why are you not linking? I bet it's because of this barrier, isn't it? You son of a bitch. Which ones do I have? I have aardvarks and Arctic fox. For small animals? So, I can give you some options. Give you some options in a minute here. Let me just fix this disaster of a problem I'm having. Where my paths won't connect. Do. Oh, you know why that's what like that? Because we don't have a vet building up here. That's why we can't do vet checkups. Oh boy. Well. Guess we are reaching out further. We need a hospital. I don't like that these are all three the same type of building. I'm gonna break my own rule. I'm breaking my own rule because it's gonna look stupid if there's three buildings that look exactly the same up here. Okay, it is 700 meters, small animal. That gives us a lot of options. Let's see. In alphabetical order, the Aldabra giant tortoise. Can't do a caracal, it'll jump out. Can't afford a cheetah. They're too expensive. We could do the giant tortoise or the pangolin. Which is kind of like an armadillo, but Chinese. Is there a third option we could do? Yeah, which giant tortoise, the Aldabra or the Galapagos? Because I thought we had one researched already. The Aldabra? Did we not have one in the African zoo? I don't think we did. I don't think so. That's the hardest part about franchise mode. You can't remember which animals you've completely unlocked. There's just no way to know. Until you throw it in here, there's literally no way to know. Okay. We should probably hire another vet since we just added this too. Oh, that was my male. That was my male that died. Good thing there's one on the market, because usually there's not. Oops. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Well, time to answer our question. Nope, we didn't have one. Because research is not done at all whatsoever. The turtle. Des tortels. It's a turtle. It likes sand.
Oh yeah.
Lots and lots of sand. So I'm pretty sure that these are technically a grassland animal? Or is it desert? Or both? Let's learn more about the giant tortoise. They've been hunted for meat and oil between the 17th and 19th centuries. Sailors would capture them and keep them on their ships. Which is probably like... What is that called? We have that under conservation. The species problem. We can put that over here. Invasive species. We have all the fun facts, though. Like, how do we not have any of the research, but all of the fun facts? Somebody explain this. Did you know that they are so large that they carve paths through the environments that are used by other foraging animals? They provide an important ecosystem service by doing this. Yeah, they literally are like the road pavers of nature. That's kind of I mean, every animal's got to have its job. The sex of a tortoise hatchling is dependent on the incubation temperature. We knew that. I believe we knew that about some reptiles are just that way. They have two shell types, domed and flat. Yeah, these fun facts sound familiar. We must have read those at some point. That's a tall tree. There's a tall tree. I mean, the aardvarks have banana plants. Why can't we? Do. Get some moss growing. How can I hear the foxes from all the way over here? Unless that's some other animal. But that definitely sounds like the Arctic fox. Chiming away from a distance. Do. Okay. They got their plant life and stuff. Give it a little feeder. And endless water here. But they're not too bright, so we're going to put some over there. Plus, they're really slow. So, like, if they go over here and they get thirsty, it'll take them, like, 20 years to get over there. Tortoise. Get that education started. There's a few things that it doesn't like. But it's just going to have to live with what we put in there. It's kind of more picky than I thought it would be. Sprinkler! Oh, don't be obstructed. There we go. We already know I have to grab one of these too. These giant tortoises are from Africa, so we already know they're gonna require a high temperature in here. And we've had them before in, like, challenge mode. I think that's what it was. So that's why all that stuff sounded familiar. That's probably gonna be it for the top of the hill in terms of, like, the animals that are up there. I don't see a point in continuing this path to the other side of it, because I know we want to expand to the left. So now we're just gonna grab, like, a big tree and throw it at the end. If that counts towards my habitat, then I guess we're in trouble. Do-do-do-do. Did that count? Where'd you go? The tortoise ran away from me. Oh, it's right there. It didn't go too far. Did that really? Okay, fine. That really made the difference for you? Yes, yes. That's good. But then that's the end there. So let's grab a bench. I never know what to put at, like, a dead end. I always feel like I have to put something. Because this is, two dead ends. Got like a question mark shaped path. Aardvarks, giant tortoise, and alligators up top. And the California sea lion down here on the corner. And that's the section that we worked on today. This could be some fill-in space. Like so. Yeah, right there. The tiny little space we're gonna fill in right there. Perfect. Doot 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 doot. Trying to think if there's anything I'm forgetting up there. Like, we have the majority of the shops. We have all the shops. There's just not an exhibit. I could put an exhibit animal up here. And it would have to go right there. There is enough space for it right here. We could copy this. Put it up top. Come on. Of course it's only going to work directly in the middle where there's already a tree. Why? Is it because of the barrier again? There's no way this one's because of the barrier. I don't buy it for a second. There's no way. Yeah, what the hell? What is happening? It just wants you to put it in the middle. It's just being dumb. It's just being dumb. This tree is growing right out of it. Is that gonna count for my aardvark? Oh, putting two of those next to each other is stupid. I don't want to do that. Let's just take this cedar tree. There we go. I fill out the space. I don't want this whole section to be reptiles, but most of the exhibit animals are reptiles. I could do like a tarantula. We did wandering spiders in challenge mode. In franchise mode, I've almost done like no exhibit species, so we can pick anything here. I feel like the Brazilian wandering is easy. Just like to check off the list. Something I know about, something we've had before. The Brazilian. Challenge here. Adopt another exhibit species. Complete. There they are. That one's right on the glass. Oh, they're both on the glass. They're both next to each other there on the side. Creepy. But that'll be good for my goal of getting everything out of the way. Especially stuff that we've already technically had before, just not in franchise mode. Facilities. Staff room. This is the other style. I like the big one stuff. European. European. Do. Yeah, it's gonna be the start of the next work zone, but I don't really have an idea of what we're planning to do here. I just need a reason to take this off. Because all you really need for this third work zone would be a mechanic to deal with that. We'll rename it at some point. Maybe next time, I don't know. Just gotta plan ahead a little bit. There will be a habitat here on the corner. And then probably just a lot of space. And then our other monorail station here. Bunch of habitats out here. And now we cover our mistakes. This doesn't really have to align with anything, does it? Mm-hmm. Oh no! You're getting away from the... You're getting away from it. It's okay, we can layer things. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm gonna do fake rock around the stairs. That way it looks like man-made on purpose. And then probably natural rocks around this whole area. I need that other one. Well, I need this one back here. Whoop! I know exactly which piece I need. This piece. I heard something get boxed up. Why is my only male here a juvenile? Where did my adult sea lion go? Did it squeeze me? Oh, we have baby alligators. I didn't even notice. Look at the coloration. We had baby alligators. These live a long time, though. And usually their population is super low, right? Isn't it 1 to 2 or no? 1 to 6. Alright. They're a bit more lenient than I expected them to be. We'll put contraception on them anyway. I don't feel like we need a ton of alligators. Okay. Aardvarks done. Animal checks. We're checking all the animals. One, two, three, four, five. So if I go over here, it should say that there's 5. Yep. We have 6 cranes. The only problem with this is the more cranes we get, the more space they're gonna end up needing. I think they have tons of space though, so we'll be okay for a while. And my hyenas are only 2, so yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem. And there's not a single female on the market right now. What the heck? They're so confused. Look at them! In their confusion. They don't know what to do. We have 9 bats. 2 are pregnant. Sea lions at 4. Still not really sure where that other one went to. There's no way it died. It wasn't here long enough. At what point do they reach maturity? Soon. Alright then. If you say so. Do 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 do. This is just to make it look more interesting, I guess. Kind of layered a little bit. The wildebeest has had offspring. Yep, there it is. That's certainly a small wildebeest. There's 7 of them now. There's gonna be even more. More on the way. Gotta get rid of these male warthogs before they start fighting. Sefu. Sefu must be the only one remaining. But how many does that leave me with, Only leaves me with 4. Dude, can we get a female on the market just like for one time? Just for once in my life. Yeah, I think we got a lot done today. And I don't really think we need to expand on this area more. We're waiting to complete the monorail till we have an idea of where exactly that second station's gonna be. Everything else is good. This sea lion's about to mature, finally, which is what we've been waiting for. We're at level 4 with the aardvark, level 2 with the tortoise, level 2 with the alligator. I'm gonna take this off, start the wandering spider, because I feel like that's important. You want to have these exhibit layouts, because otherwise it's not good. That layout is all they need. You only get that through the research. And then I guess we can plan out this barrier. It's going to be pretty basic, though. Pretty much. Gate back there. Habitat over here. I don't know if I should bring these up the hill, though. I mean, there's plenty of space here. And here. Do. Yes. Yeah, that worked out. I think this is gonna be something with climbing. I'm feeling climby. We haven't done anything with climbing yet. We've done swimming, but we haven't done climbing. An animal with climbing needs sounds like a good final addition for the day. Do. I put some of these down here too somewhere. I'm hungry all of a sudden too. What the heck, man? I feel like I've been hungry all day. I had so much for breakfast and then my stomach was like grumbling earlier for no reason. Let me get a vet over here. Okay, so I just need to assign this to this new work zone. Get some education. I want to do a conservation thing down here too, because we haven't been using too many of these on this build. Do. Well, that has lights there. I guess a light on the corner. Something that can climb. Chimpanzees cost conservation points, right? We could start with like 2 chimpanzees and then they could breed and have more. I don't hate that idea. How much is the male? What the hell? There's only females on the market? I swear I saw a male here for a second. Why do you do that? Oh no. Why? Why would you do that to me? There's literally not. I just already paid for it. In exchange for 7,000, I'm putting them in here. We will just have to hope that one day the game is nice to me and lets me have all the chimpanzees I want. There's a lot of African animals in the zoo, and that was not intentional, I promise. I promise it wasn't. I said we weren't doing that, and then it just ended up like... I think that's the biome or continent with the most amount of animals in the game anyway, so it's not really my fault. I wanted the striped hyenas because I like them. I wanted wildebeest because I like them. And aardvark, it was like alphabetical, and we had to get it out of the way. Chimpanzees are a good get, though. Like, if I can research stuff for chimpanzees, that would be great. Because I'm pretty sure that this is one of those animals that has, like, 10 levels of research. Like, there's a lot of stuff for the chimpanzees. Since they are one of the more complicated species. Yeah, there's 10 levels of stuff. And most animals are not that way. So before we even get into anything else, put soil back here. I'm almost certain they can't climb glass. We're not going to have this be all glass. I'm going to change what the back is. I know they can't climb brick, they can't climb concrete, and they can't climb glass, but I think everything else they can climb, if I remember correctly. Do we want this shitty shelter? One lonely chimpanzee. Doo-doo. With no friends. gonna be very angry. Hey, what are you saying? A vet has not visited this? Well, what are the vets doing? They're busy researching things. What do you mean, what are they doing? I'm talking to myself. I'm criticizing myself now. The chimpanzees face a number of conservation issues. Deforestation is clearly, like, up there. We could double check. Western chimpanzees are extremely intelligent and socially capable animals. That doesn't tell me about this. Oh, they're heavily threatened by the loss of their habitat. Something accelerated by deforestation and the expansion of human agriculture. So I guess land sharing and land sparing would be really important too. So the issue with chimpanzees is you need like a group of them. They need like 5 at least. And females related to the alpha become outsiders. That's not complicated at all. That's not complicated at all. Do. Tropical rocks. Tropical rocks. How we love tropical rocks. Thank you. I would like to rotate this if I could. Just right by the shelter, a good old pile of rocks. It can't even get up there. Oh! Maybe it can. I mean, we could do stuff with climbing next time to get it to do what we want. I think, I'm just gonna grab, there we go. The cheapest one. Whose fertility is 33%. His fertility is 33%. But at least we got a male today before we ended. And Yeah, I think I'm wrapping up because I'm so hungry. It's actually like starting to distract me. So what I'm gonna do is just throw this down so that we have it, and I know that we have it. Endless water for them. They're smart though. They're not gonna get like lost or anything. And more in the shade back there. I don't know if that's too close together for that water. But yeah, so we're just gonna stop there. I'm so hungry. I'm sorry. I gotta go eat. We're gonna call it. We'll be back with more Planet Zoo on Thursday if all goes according to the plan. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.